Good morning, lovely people. How are you all doing today? Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates here, and it's time for another stitch with me. And as promised, we're working on shades of gold. Let me tell you, the lighting up here isn't all that great today. It's a kind of a cloudy day so far. And I know, I hear you. You're saying, Jan, turn a light on. But the light really just blows out the color so much that I hate to do that to you. Anyways, it is Friday, July 19th, 7:37 a.m., 75 degrees, or did that say 74? Oh no, 75 degrees and cloudy here so far. And we are working on shades of gold. Gosh, I love this project. So I got that panel done. This one here, that's like the three repeat of the same motif going down that panel. I'm doing the outline of it now. I will then move up to this area, and this is the diamond motif that's a repeat of this diamond motif. Now probably when I get this border done, I'm gonna put this away. So at some point today that will happen. I can't decide whether I want to go back to Grace or I might pull out Pretty Little India. But I tell you what, that mandala 8, pretty much every couple of days I hear its little voice going, Jan, Jan, don't forget about me. But I did have 2 finishes, right? And I am gonna get that sweater done this weekend. I got the sides seamed yesterday, and I forgot I had to pick up around along the bottom and stitch, knit, I think it's 6 rows of garter stitch for the bottom border, and then I have to pick up around the neckline, and I think it's just knitting a couple rows of garter around the neckline, and then it'll be done. But anyway, so I picked up along the bottom yesterday after I got the second side seamed, so that is ready to start knitting. And garter stitch, even though it's around the whole hem, knit in the round around the whole bottom hem. So that's quite a few stitches. Actually, no, I only got half of the bottom picked up. So, but anyways, you know, that kind of knitting doesn't take long. So I will get that done over the weekend and get it blocked, and hopefully have that as a finished object to show you. Whoops, too far. On Tuesday. So yeah, I might just reward myself over the weekend with some stitching on my mandala 8. It is so pretty. And I don't know what it is about that. I don't even mind the confetti. I don't know whether I said this before. It kind of strikes me. I always liked doing jigsaw puzzles as a kid. My dad and I would work on them together. We'd have it just laid out on our dining room table. And, you know, sometimes we would actually work on them together, and other times he'd work on them, and then I'd come and I'd work on them after school or whatever. In fact, I have a very distinct memory. I was home. I had switched from, no, I think I'd graduated college. I had finished college at Pitt, because this would have been 86, if I'm remembering correctly. It was in the winter? Is that when that happened? I'd have to look it up and refresh my memory. The Challenger explosion. The Challenger space shuttle. My dad and I were working on a puzzle when that happened, and it was my father loved winter barn scenes, you know, red barns against the white winter snow, and that's what we were working on when the Challenger accident happened. But anyways, I equate in many ways working on confetti on these full coverage projects. It gives me that same feeling as working on a jigsaw puzzle, kind of looking for this piece and looking for that piece and filling in this area. I don't know, there's just something I find very satisfying about it. So I may reward myself this weekend by going back to Mandala 8 for a little bit. I do have my next get-together with the stitching ladies here. One of them is going to be gone. Dee is going to be gone. She'll be on the mainland for a family event. But we are adding another one to our group. Hello, Serena. I don't know whether you watch my Stitch With Me videos, but I'm so excited. We are up to 5 now. So I think that's very cool. So that will be Sunday, and I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I don't know what we're doing this weekend. We might just ride around. We haven't really ridden around and seen many of the historical sites outside of the World War II historical sites. You know, like the palaces of the monarchy, the missionary type things, just all the different things that make up the history of Hawaii. Some of them will wait until we have visitors and take them to. But I really want to like get up into the neighborhoods, where the neighborhoods start climbing up into the mountains, and of course there's trails off of all of those. I don't know whether we'll do any hiking this weekend. I have to see. The app I use to check out the trails is All Trails, because it does a pretty good job of rating them. Although I don't necessarily agree with their rating all the time. But at least it gives me an idea from all the reviews of what that trail is going to be like. So we'll have to see if we get out and up any of them while we're wandering around out there. So I got a couple more gifts in for the gift extravaganza. The people just keep on giving. I mentioned on my floss tube on Tuesday, I believe, that there was another Etsy shop who volunteered a gift. She has, like I said, a huge selection of needle minders, as well as some scissor fobs and scissors. And so for that one, basically you'll pick an item out of her store and tell her what you want, and she'll send it. And you'll be dealing with her, through the convo on Etsy for that. And then I did hear back from the Russian Etsy shop, and it'll be the same type of deal. It's going to be a value up to $30. So you will find a kit in that store. And I'm actually going to, I think I forgot to put the first Etsy shop link. I'm going to go back to the gift extravaganza video and put links for these two Etsy shops in the description box there, so people can access them and check them out. I'm not going to have you re-comment on whether you like those or not. I don't want to have all those extra comments building up. Basically, I just want one comment per person. So if, hopefully everybody will still want those gifts. Not the, I like them all except. But anyway, so it'll be a $30 value for a kit. And she has a lot. She has so many beautiful designs. Whoops, wrong hole. So again, it'll be just through the convo. You'll find which kit you want. I will let her know who the winner is, and you'll get in touch with her directly through the convo. Shoot. And then I had a third person who is just starting a business making bags and covers for scroll rods, for scroll frames. And so she is offering one of her bags. Now, I asked her if she had a website I could send people to, or if she had some pictures that I can show, and I'm waiting to hear back from her on that. But yeah, so I think I'm up to like, I don't know, 12 gifts now. It's just amazing. Oh, and I also got, so the Fat Quarter Shop, every time Lori Holt does a new pattern, they send them out to, you know, a bunch of the different floss tubers. So I got those in the mail yesterday, one for me to keep and one to give away. So Eat, Sleep, Stitch, Repeat. So I'm going to just include that, add that to the card package. But yeah, just give love, get love, people. It's a real thing, and it's alive and well in my little corner of the interwebs. Again, it just amazes me how this is growing and spreading, and on here, on Instagram, all over the place. Speaking of Instagram, reminded me of something. I'm not going to name names, but there are two people out there in our floss tube, well, in our stitching community, who need your love and prayers and healing vibes. One of them has been fighting with cancer for a while, and the other one is having a, her little boy is very sick. So, like I said, I'm not going to name names because I have not gotten their permission, but just send out all the prayers and the love and the healing vibes that you can to these people that I'm holding in my heart. So let's see. I got a question from somebody, sent me an email. She is having a bit of a struggle with lighting and being able to see her fabric. She is working on 28 count. She can see 18 count better, but she really prefers the look of the 28 count more. She has all kinds of different lighting solutions, OttLight, a quilt lamp with an LED in it, but none of them are like right over her stitching with her magnifier. So she asked my opinion on different LED lighted magnifiers, and I don't use them at this point, so I really don't have any information for her. So if anybody uses that, could you let me know in the comments what you use, what you think of it, and where you got it, so I can pass that information on to her. I'm also picking out some silk alternatives for Grace. Somebody was able to get the, she got the Ash Rose fabric from XG Design. She did say it's a little bit browner than mine, she thinks, but she wants to use the same colors. Now, the one downside, I guess, I should say, to using, when I use the Victorian motto, excuse me, when I use the Victorian motto threads as substitutes is, unless you already have them, have gotten that pack, or if Nancy happens to still have the pack that I'm using, basically you won't be able to get them. Once those colors are gone, they're gone. She doesn't re-dye the same colors over and over. So I'm trying to find alternative silk colors for this person, because she was saying she would kind of like to use silks. I'm having an awful more fun than I should, because it takes up time looking through all the, I'm just going on 1, 2, 3 stitch and looking through all the different silks that they carry, and just kind of saving off the URLs for the different alternatives for the different colors of gray. And then I'll pass that on to her to check out, because it's something we deal with the internet, but it's so hard really tell the color. They put, they just put up those little tiny swatches for the pictures on the websites, and it's so hard to really tell what color in it is in, and especially if it's like a variegated or it's a subtle variegation. Oftentimes the lighting is bad and the colors are blown out, and yeah. So I'm going to provide her a list, and I hope she can get to some place where she can actually see the colors in person. But anyways, if anybody else wants that, let me know. I should probably put it up on my conversion site. I haven't done that yet. I don't think I put Grace on there. I don't know, I haven't looked at it in a while. Because I haven't started anything new. Well, I started patchwork, but that doesn't count. That's just all the rainbow. Like somebody asked me, can you list out what colors you're using in your patchwork? And I said basically all of them. All of Mrs. Sada's silks, except for, blacks and browns and grays. So, yeah. Arrange them in rainbow order and you got it. Speaking of which, I talked to Raquel a little bit yesterday. She's developing some new colorways. I can't wait to see them. Can't wait to see what she comes up with. So, I've started this private photography group, and they are helping me very much pick out pictures that I can put up on Fine Art America. And I had put a bunch of pictures up yesterday and edited them for the hike we did over by Hanauma Bay. And, the colors in Hanauma Bay are these colors. The turquoise going to deeper blues. It's just, the colors are just spectacular. And actually, I think I put it was from the video on Sunsets and Sangria. Sorry, Teal, it was you that told me this. She said that the colors were just spectacular. And I said, yeah, now you know why I love the Darling colorway so much, because the color of the water here is just these colors to a T. It's just amazing. And actually, one of the pictures I think is probably, because it has like rock. I guess the rock is probably more reddish than goldish though. But oh my goodness. Makes my heart sing. So let's see, what did I want to talk to you about? Else did I want to talk to you about? I posted a link on my Jan Hicks Creates page, Facebook page yesterday, to a new winter collaboration book that Lakeside Needlecrafts is putting out. They're just calling it their winter cross-stitch book. And there's, I think, 50 designers who are contributing designs to this book. And so they have it up now on their website. It's 25 pounds. I don't know what that is in US dollars. I haven't done the calculation. But for pre-order. And so I kind of put, hey, anybody else think they're going to get this? And many, many people said they'd want to see a flip through first. Well, I went to the Lakeside Needlecraft Facebook page, and a lot of the designers are starting to promote it and say, yeah, I'm working on, oh, wrong hole again. I'm working on a design for this. Yeah, I'm working on a design for this. Oh, I'm almost done with my design for this. So I started looking. I think the only two designers, because I'm really not that familiar with the British designers, the only, or the ones so far that have said something, I think were mostly British. So I started looking them up on Etsy and just for websites to see what their style is. So far, I really don't care for most of them. The two that I liked, Doreen Jones and Carolyn Manning, were the two that I knew of anyway. The other ones I really hadn't heard of before, and their style didn't thrill me. So I'm going to keep an eye and see on that page and see who else chimes in, and, you know, check out their patterns. Because overall so far, I think there are probably, I don't know whether it's even 10 have mentioned anything yet. So it's not like there's that many. But so far, I am not, I'm not feeling the pull to buy the book. We shall see. There's still a lot more designers to go. So let's see. There's an interesting discussion going on in the comments about crows. Now, if you watched my flip through yesterday of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, you know that I talked about the fact that I don't really care for crows. And crows are very prevalent in a lot of designs these days. And one of the comments that really stuck out to me, whichever, was the fact that crows are a very large part of Native American lore. And I was like, huh, that's a good point. I think I need to read more about that and educate myself, and maybe crows won't bother me so much. I still don't know that I want a big black crow on my cross stitch though. Still, that one coneflower punch needle that was so pretty, and then there's 2 crows down at the bottom. It just does nothing for me. Like I said, find a pattern I can adapt to, butterfly patterns I can adapt to punch needle or something like that. Or that bee. Ooh, remember that bee punch needle that was together with the cross stitch? Oh, now my brain's a ticking. So yeah, let me know what you think about crows on your cross stitch. Again, am I the only one? Probably not, right? It's a big, beautiful world out there in the cross stitch world. There is something for everybody. And I am going to end today with some information I pulled off of one of the Facebook groups. Somebody who is just starting to stitch asked about Quaker designs and, you know, what the origin was of them. Why are they so popular? What is it with Quaker designs? How did they get to be, I guess? And, you know, I love Quaker. You know how much I love Quaker designs. I never really thought about it. I just thought, okay, the Quakers developed Quaker design. Duh. But this person found a description from the Benton County Historical Society webpage on Quaker samplers. So I thought I would share this with you. Again, I just thought it was interesting. The Religious Society of Friends, or Quakers, was a dissenting Protestant group originating in England in the early part of the 17th century. Quaker beliefs about the spiritual equality of men and women led to advanced ideas about the importance of education for girls, as well as education for children from impoverished and enslaved families. The Quakers founded some of the first co-educational schools in England and America, with emphasis on providing a sound academic and religious education to all students. Early Quaker samplers were not distinguishable from those of the region in which they were created. By the beginning of the 19th century, however, a transformation had occurred. Samplers produced in Quaker schools on both continents adopted similar alphabets, motifs, and formats. Prominent was the use of the Roman-style alphabet in both capital and small letters. Motifs associated with Quaker instruction include small wreaths, paired doves, swans, natural-looking sprays of flowers, and 8-pointed stars. Unique to Quaker samplers was the inclusion of bold and intricate medallions and half medallions, often lined up along the edge as a border. In short, widespread adoption of the same alphabets and motifs led to the 19th century samplers that are easily recognizable as having been created under the instruction of a Quaker teacher or one trained in a Quaker school. How cool is that? I just think that's so interesting and, you know, kind of adds to my depth of understanding and liking of Quakers. And of course, that's why people like reproduction samplers, because they learn more about the background and history, and that just adds to the depth of it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to sign out for now. Let's see, today is Friday. I don't expect to have any videos up this weekend. I do hope to get, I know I keep saying this, that pineapple one done. I'm going to try and get that edited. The reason it's not done yet is because it's probably 6 or 7 separate little videos that I have to edit all together and make sense of. It's not like it's that big of a deal. I'm fairly, you know, proficient by now at editing videos, but it's just like, but anyways, hopefully I can get that done over the weekend, and I'll get that up on Monday. And then of course Tuesday, my regular floss tube, and things will go back to whatever normal means. All right, guys, remember, if you have not commented on the gift extravaganza video, be sure and do that. You have until July 30th. Do not comment anywhere else. It will not count. You have to be a subscriber. You must be 18 years of age or older. I will ship anywhere in the world. You are all my friends. You are all open to receiving a gift from me. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Remember to give love, get love, and remember that I do love you. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.